Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Turin here with another Warhammer Total War Live BattleCast. So in this game, I'm actually going to mix it up a little bit. It's going to be one of the BattleCasts, which means it is a live game with live commentary. I'll do my best. It's definitely a little stressful sometimes, but there's going to be no introductory phase where I am, in the menu essentially picking my army. So I'm going to just go ahead and set up my formations here, and I think that's looking pretty. All right, so we'll set that up. Get the High King there. We'll get the Runesmith in the center to make sure he hits, everything with his buffs. And I think that's my general formation. Then we'll get the gyrocopters here. And I actually brought 3 of these guys, so I'm going big today, guys. So essentially, what I'm looking to do with this strategy is have a decent front line of these guys, have the long groups with great weapons to deal with the armor, and then these quarterlers just to do general missile fire. And then basically, I brought 3 groups of gyrocopters in hopes that they would be able to deal with enemy leadership. And if he presses me, then my thunders plus these quarterlers could cover them. So we'll see how it goes, guys. Always ambitious in that respect. So I'm going to go ahead and move my main army forward very aggressively and move my gyrocopters up. He did bring a steam tank, so thankfully the gyrocopters are going to be very good against that if I can actually get to it. But what does he have here? General of the Empire, a light wizard, all kinds of other nasty stuff. So he is taking shots at my lord here, which is not fun. So I'm going to kind of move him sideways so he takes less fire and get these gyrocopters into position. I have to be wary of the nets of Amnatok though, because those things could really mess me up if I'm not careful. So let's go ahead and take some pot shots over there, and let's just posture up here. This is fine. Then get these quarterlers firing right here, and let's get them on the swordsman here. And now I'm getting, oh, he's going to net me for sure, which is good, but it's fine because now he's going to take some fire from my quarterlers and other troops, which is exactly what I want. So I'm going to just go ahead and shoot at this general of the Empire here, and you can see he's taking some serious damage now. And let's use these troops to fire here. And let's actually put these guys in group 6 and advance the rest of my army here to pressure my opponent. So we're going to go ahead and use the Rune of Wrath and Rune up here on these handgunners. And you can see he was taking some good fire. And, that's kind of what I was hoping to do, is just have these missile troops below to provide that support. And it actually worked out pretty well. So we're going to go ahead and continue to shoot at his lord here, put some pressure on him, which is good. And we can move my group 6 up here. And things are going pretty well. Let's engage in the front line here and here and here. So he has pressure on me here, so I got to make sure to be cycling these guys here and just having them shoot at these troops. Let's leave some armor-piercing troops over here in case he decides to land, and let's pull the Thane back here. So we'll get the High King in there, make sure his buffs are applied. And right now it's going pretty good. You can see I'm kiting this guy around, doing exactly what I wanted to do here, and things are not going badly. So let's move these guys up, Let's get the Thane. And these guys, Dwarf Warriors, can actually go up and pressure those range units there. And right now, his guy did have to use the potion already, actually, which is very, very good. So things are going well, and we'll continue to press. Man, those dwarves feel really slow right now. Use our armor buffs here, but I don't want to go too far after him because then I'm going to take that missile fire. So I'm going to switch these guys over here and send these Dwarf Warriors after his missile units here. And it looks like he was going to try and net me there, or no, it was a magic missile effect. So that's good. So you see his lord now is out of potions, so any damage that basically goes through on him is gonna stick now. And he does bring his cavalry over, which I actually didn't even pay attention to. So thankfully I did leave these long greens back here, although they're not the best choice here. But I gotta start working on the steam tank because that guy's gonna be a huge threat here. So we'll go ahead and get these guys here, and yeah, you can see these gyrocopters are going to do great work against that guy. So thankfully I'm able to, it looks like, break his front line. So man, that actually worked out quite well. And you can see the gyrocopters against the Empire is not a bad choice. So I'm going to pull these guys back now. I need to get them back in range and cover. And thankfully the armor piercing guys here are doing pretty well. So I got to check the High King, check for my different runes, and let's go ahead and use that on those group of swordsmen. Let's send him back here and make sure these guys just keep chasing and keeping those guys out of the battle. So I got to stay on top of my gyrocopters. They are a fairly sensitive unit, so if you lose them, it can be pretty devastating, guys. So recycle here, keep these guys engaged, and I think it's going okay. Looks like this group of gyrocopters got a little waylaid over here. Let's go ahead and put them on that steam tank. I love this Runesmith, he's just a boss. I should keep him with the forces though, but I don't want to let these handgunners get back online, so might as well keep pressuring him here. Looks like the High King is in here. Let's make sure to use his leadership buffs every chance we get. So that went pretty well. So let's go ahead and move these troops up here. Not my whole army, just move those guys, and we'll get the gyrocopters engaged here. We'll get these longgrids up here, and these quarterlers can kind of just shoot into the main line. That should be fine, and get these guys shooting there as well. So things are going well. It looks like I've kind of stabilized in the air, and you can see the gyrocopters with that thunder are covered. It's really not a bad option, guys, to be honest. And this Runesmith over here is just being a boss. I should have sent the Thane instead, but it's kind of too late to pull him back at this point. So these gyrocopters really need to get this guy down, and it looks like they will be able to because they do have armor piercing and anti-large. So basically, all the criteria that you need to deal with a steam tank is present in them. So let's Let's go ahead and crush this last group here. Let's get this Empire captain here. Actually, you can use the Rune of Wrath and Rune here, which is very good against handgunners and those kind of low health type units. So the melee force went really well. Those Longbeards were extremely resilient and did a pretty good job there. So the Gyrocopters, they did their job. Let's get the guys on the Light Wizard, pull these guys over. And to be honest, I should probably just stick the Gyrocopters on the General of the Empire. That would actually probably not be terrible. So let's do that. Let's get the Thunders here. We can have the Thunders take pot shot to this guy, but yeah, the Light Wizard, actually, I'll just finish him off. He's pretty low. So the Runesmith just was an absolute monster over there. He just handled that group. So I'm just going to pull him back to the main force now because I think those guys are broken, yeah. So they should be chased off the battlefield, and I'll just use these Dwarf Warriors back here. And for a 450-75 resource unit, those guys generated some mean value, guys. Definitely not upset about that at all. They did very well. Excuse me, very well there. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Everything shattered, and you know, I really am liking that build against Empire. Granted, some things that, you know, could have gone a little better if he had like netted me and maybe kited me out a little bit, but the steam tank is always a bit of a risky investment, and considering I brought these 3 Gyrocopters, that was a lot to deal with. So anyways, good game to my opponent, FCE Avenger. Look forward to seeing you again on ladder, and I hope you guys enjoyed that live Battlecast. Have an excellent night and take care.